Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Dear second year baccalaureate student, I hope you are all doing fine. Today I would like to start a review of the main grammar lessons you will be examined at during the national exams. So the first lesson I would like to start with is gerund and infinitive. Some students think of this lesson as being difficult, but it is not. Okay, so just pay close attention to the point discussed in this lesson, and I'm sure you will understand everything. Yes, everything by the end of the lesson. Are you ready? Let's get started. Okay, first of all, I would like you please to have a look at this verb. Okay, we all know the verb read. Okay, read. So when I speak about this verb, it can take different forms. Okay, so we can have the verb alone, isolated. Okay, and this is called the base form, or normally we call it the infinitive. Okay, and this is also can be called as the infinitive without to. Okay, so this is when we have the verb alone. Okay, without anything. We can also speak about to plus the verb, and this is called the full infinitive, or we can call it the infinitive with to, or the infinitive plus to. And then we can have the verb plus ing, and this is called the gerund. But the main question is when to use the verb in its first state, the bare infinitive without any other thing, and when to use the infinitive plus to, and when to use the gerund. Okay, this is what we are going to discover together throughout this video. So what is a gerund, please? Gerunds are verbs that are used as nouns, and we're going to see how come. We form the gerund by adding ing to any verb. Let's see some examples. Read. If I want to make this verb in the gerund, so I just put ing at the end. Reading. Run, running. Swim, swimming. Easy. Okay? But the important question is, when do we use the gerund? Okay? This is what is important. So let's discover together. So look at these two examples, please. Swimming is really cool. Reading is my favorite hobby. As you can see here, these two sentences are started with a gerund. The verb is swim, and in the second sentence the verb is read. Okay, but we have the verb with ing. So here we have moved from a verb to something else. So when I speak about swimming, I'm not speaking about the verb, but I'm speaking about swimming in general. Okay, so here I have shifted to speak about a noun. So here swimming and reading are not anymore used as verbs, but they are used as noun. Okay, and if you look at the place of the gerund here in these two sentences, they are subject of a sentence. Okay, so the gerund can come as a subject of a sentence. Okay, for example, when do we use it? When, for example, I want to start a conversation with someone, I say, oh, reading is really fun, is really good. How often do you read books? Okay, I read books. Okay, so I read books, this is, I'm using a verb. Okay, but when I start my conversation with about reading, I have used a noun. Okay, so when you want to say, for example, playing football is really cool. Playing football is really cool. Okay, so here I'm not speaking about the verb play as a verb, but I'm speaking about play as a noun. Okay, and this is the first use. Second two sentences, please. Ahmed enjoys listening to poems. Rashid admits spending money on cars. So we have here Ahmed enjoys what? Listening. Okay, listening to poems in general as well. Okay, Rashid admits spending Okay, I'm not speaking about a particular case, okay, but I'm speaking about what he does all the time. Okay, so Ahmed enjoys. So we have, let's just speak a little bit about the part of the sentence of this two sentences. Ahmed, here we have it as a subject, enjoy as a verb, and enjoys what? Listening. Okay, so here the gerund is coming as an object of a sentence. Okay, enjoys what? Okay, in fact it comes as a direct object. Ahmed enjoys what? Listening. Rashid admits what? Spending money on cars. Okay, so please, the verb enjoy, admit. Okay, so there are two verbs with which we use directly the ing form or the gerund. Next, please. We talked about going to cinema. I am interested in learning new languages. Okay, as you can see, please, here in these two sentences, we talked about, I'm interested in. These two verbs, okay, are followed by a preposition. Okay, and when a verb is followed by a preposition, so the verb that comes after is in the gerund. We talked about going. I am interested in learning. Okay, he insisted on having. Okay, I am keen on learning. Okay, so when I have the verb plus a preposition, on, in, about, over, and so on, okay, so I put the ing form after. Okay, so here we can speak about the gerund as an object of preposition. Also, the gerund can be used after the verb go. For example, we say go shopping, go surfing, go fishing, go hunting. But this is just related to the cases when we are speaking about fun activities, okay? Things that we do for fun, okay? When I'm speaking, for example, about hobbies, for example, I say I go shopping, for example, every Thursday, and so on, okay? So when I'm speaking about recreational activities, I can use go, and it is followed by gerund. Also, the gerund is used after certain expressions. These expressions are look forward to, used to, and feel like. Okay, so whenever you have these three expressions, and there are others by the way, so you know that you have to follow them by an ing form. For example, I say I'm looking forward to seeing you. I used to sleep in, for example, while the air conditioner is on. Okay, I feel like going to cinema. Okay, which means I want to go to cinema. Okay, now let's speak about some common verbs followed by gerund. Okay, so here there are a number of verbs that we follow by a gerund. Enjoy, quit, give up, avoid, finish, appreciate, keep, mind, stop, consider, delay, and enjoy. For example, as you can see in the example we have seen, we say I enjoy learning new languages. Okay, he gave up, for example, smoking. Avoid listening to bad songs. Okay, finish learning first. Okay, I appreciate you coming to my party. Okay, stop using, for example, the mobile phone all the time. Consider revising your lessons every day. Okay, so whenever you have one of these verbs, so you know that you should follow them by a gerund. Now let's please move on and speak about common verbs, but now followed by the infinitive with to. Okay, common verbs followed by infinitive with to. So here I have collected some of these verbs. Okay, of course they are not all, but these are the common ones used. Okay, agree, care, expect, happen, fail, manage, plan, intend, offer, tend, seem, learn. Okay, let's see them please in some examples. So we can say they agreed to stay, I agreed to move, okay, I agreed to learn, okay. So whenever you have these verbs, okay, so you need to put an infinitive with to after. He manages or he managed to find a solution. I did not intend to hurt him. These plants tend to grow slowly, okay. He seems to be happy, okay. So whenever you have one of these verbs, you know that you have to follow them with an infinitive with to. Now let's speak please about some adjectives followed by infinitive with to, okay. You know, sometimes we say, you know, English is difficult to learn, but it's not. English is easy to learn, okay. So sometimes there are certain cases when we speak about some adjectives, okay, and we follow them by an infinitive with to. These adjectives are used to describe people, not things. Look please, I'm glad to be with you. I'm glad to be. I'm happy to stay. I'm pleased to meet you, okay. I'm delighted to learn new things, okay. I'm sorry to misbehave, okay. I'm ready to take part in this project, okay. I'm eager to learn new things. So whenever you have please these adjectives, okay, and they are used to describe people, okay, so we use the infinitive plus to, okay. I'm glad to hear that. I'm pleased what to share this PPT, okay, means the abbreviation of PowerPoint. I'm ready to help at any time, okay, and I say it and I mean it, okay. We are eager to learn more. We are ready to start, okay. So whenever you have one of these adjectives, okay, so make sure to use the infinitive plus to after. Now let's speak please about common verbs followed by either infinitive or gerund, okay, infinitive with to or gerund. So here we have a list of some verbs, okay, that you can have the choice. You can either use the infinitive with to, or you can use you can use the gerund, or you can use the infinitive with to. For example, I can say like, love, hate, prefer, propose, continue, okay. So I can say I like reading, okay. So here I have used gerund, okay. Or I can say I like to read books. She loves being alone, or she loves to be alone, okay. So this is the verb. She loves being, or she loves to be. I hate waiting, or I hate to wait. I prefer staying, or I prefer to stay. He proposed paying, or he proposed to pay. He continued talking, or he continued to talk. So these verbs, okay, they are not a lot. So whenever you find them, please, you know that you have the option. You can use either the infinitive plus to, or you can use gerund. Other expressions that goes along with these verbs are can't stand or can't bear. So with these two expressions, you can also either choose to use the infinitive with to or the gerund, okay. For example, you can say I can't stand being alone, or I can't stand to be alone. I can't bear being alone, or I can't bear to be alone. Now the bare infinitive, okay. And when I speak about the bare infinitive, I speak about the infinitive without to, okay. So this form is used after the auxiliaries shall, should, will, would, may, might, do, did, can, could, must, and dare, okay. So whenever you have modal verbs, the will form of the simple future, okay, the auxiliary of some verbs, okay, so we do use the infinitive without to. Let's see some examples, please. I shall invite them. So shall, okay, is followed by the infinitive without to, the bare infinitive. we must go. Now I will stay. Okay, he can speak. We cannot say he can to speak or he can speak in. Okay, so whenever you have a modal verb, make sure to have the infinitive without to after. He can make, or he can speak, he can report, he can do a lot of things. He can do a lot of things. Okay, also the infinitive is used, this infinitive or the bare infinitive is used without to after rather and had better. Okay, for example, you say I would rather wait. Okay, you had better consult a doctor. I would rather stay. Okay, I would rather wait. You had better, so whenever you have the expression had better or would rather, so you just use a bare infinitive after. Now please, I would like to leave you with an exercise so as to practice what you have just seen. So put the verbs in brackets into the gerund or infinitive. Please, the infinitive means either the infinitive with to or the infinitive without to. Please, here I want, finish, work early tonight. I hate, and we have the verb wait for buses in the rain. I will give up, and then we have the verb smoke in Ramadan. Sam is really good at, and then we have climb. Thank you for, and then we have the verb be, so helpful. I love listen to the radio while cooking. Let's go now. I'm worried about, and then we have the verb miss, the train. He refused. Help me. Okay, so please try to do this exercise, and then you can send me your answers in the comment section. I hope this lesson was this video. Don't forget to share it with your friends. Make like and subscribe to the channel so as to receive the other lessons. So good luck in your exams, and I will see you in another video.